Well, hello there. So, this is what I've been working on for the last, hour and a half. I've been working on setting up this, and you don't quite know what this is yet, but I think you're gonna find it cool. Let me just pop over to. Oh, look at that! That's something new and different. That is genuinely new and different content. You should be very happy about that. You should be very happy that you're getting this. Um, but what we are doing today is we are going to be, once I figure out or realize that I did something wrong. Yeah, that's the one. Hello. I'm doing robotics. I'm reviewing robotics stuff. This is every single game there's been for FRC since 1990. If you don't know from the title, I'll go over it. First is the company that does a robotics championship every year since 1992, and they're you know, introducing kids to engineering and stuff. So I'm just gonna review all of them, and some of them are really weird, such as the first one, but we'll get into that later. I'm just gonna kind of go over how this is gonna work first. Uh, I will be showing a video of this. Nice. But back to what I was saying. So I'm going to start by showing a video, and it's just, up until 2000, 1992 through 2002, they had no pre-made animation. Jeez, wow, these lights actually are making me look worse. Nope, red doesn't make it any better. Neither does green, neither does blue. And all the colors on this all the color options are terrible. And it's better than nothing. All the other ways look just terrible. But, so, I'm just going to jump straight into this with the 1992 First Robotics Final Match. This is their first year of the competition. The game was called... Wait, let me pull this up. I have it on my other monitor. The game was called Maze Craze. And the gimmick of that year was that the field, you can see that it's very brown. Yet that field is covered in corn. I am not joking. It is literally covered in corn. I don't know what they were thinking when they made this, but they were thinking something. Let me just get this. Let me just optimize some of my spacing stuff here. Oop, don't need you up. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to play this. I'm pretty sure it's pretty loud audio, so I'm going to turn it down a bit, and I'm going to kind of talk about the, Never mind. There are absolutely no explanations of... Oh wait, there's a short explanation of the rules, so I'll go over that while you watch the video. Oh shoot, almost forgot to turn the audio on for you. Yeah, so that is a bunch of robots driving around in a field of corn. It's a fairly strange game, this, for the first year. This is the inaugural year. So it's going to get some points off for being corn-based, because it's basically the American diet now. Also, the robots aren't wireless. They're wireless every other year except for 1992. And you can see because there are big wires going up into the sky. So I just have a bad feeling that this is going to be fairly low in my ranking. Now I'm going to read some just overview of the field. The field was a 16 by 16 square piece of plywood, 2.5 feet above the floor, covered in 1 to 2 inches of corn. The field's perimeter was rimmed with 8-inch plexiglass walls, etc., etc. There were 4 home bases, and they were each 20 square inches. There were 5 posts in the field, 1 in each corner and 1 in the center. Center post was 12 inches tall and was capped by a 25-point tennis ball. 2 diagonally opposed corner posts were 24 inch tall and capped by 10-point tennis balls. The remaining posts were 36 inches tall and capped by 25-point tennis balls, 150 1-point tennis balls surround the center post. Okay. Okay, and it's just the game is just play for whoever gets the highest score wins. So, yeah, and the best part about you saying that perfect for Midwest is I think that's actually where this started. So, I think you're quite right that it is perfect for the Midwest.
3, 2, 1.
Yep. Alright, so that was 1992. Now, I'm probably gonna change some of my rankings as I go, because I don't know all of these very well. I didn't look at any of these super in depth before this, so I'm just gonna quickly start this off. I feel like it's gonna be low. Oh, 1993, get out of there. I'm gonna start at D. I feel like there could be worse. But that's just up to what we see next. Next, we have just a video of a match getting played of the next one, which was Rug Rage, which is the first time that they used ranking based on. I'm ranking based on how good I think they are. So this is very good up here, and then this is absolute garbage. And it's just with all the elements of the game. So, let us watch Rug Rage. As in gameplay, not robot tech. Robot tech, because that evolves over the years, but gameplay, they could just do whatever they want any year, really. So, Rug Rage is a 40 by 12 foot rectangular carpeted field. The edge is lined with PVC pipe, and there are 4 scoring areas, so there are 4 robots. Robots are in the corner of the field and scored in the same corner. Horizontal crossbars. 4 robots. In the center of the field were 5 13-inch diameter red balls worth 5 points and 26-inch diameter water-filled blue ball. Wait, water-filled blue balls worth 1 point. Okay, I think they probably changed the color at some point because these all yellow. Into a team's perspective goal and earn the most points. Yeah, so this isn't that complicated. It's basic. Whoever gets the most balls in their corner wins, and whoever gets yeah, it's a pretty simple game. You know, I'm gonna wait for the match to finish in the video, but I have a feeling I know where I'm gonna put this one. I think I know where this is going. It's not that good, but it's not the worst. I see this is a good a good C tier. Not bad, but honestly could be a lot better. It's just really simple. Yeah, it's better than Corn the game. Is that robot stuck? Three, 2, 1, and... Alright, so yeah, that's going exactly where I thought it would. That's going to be dropped in at a nice C tier. At least it's not as weird as Corn. Now, 1994. Also, I'm gonna give a quick warning. 1995, you can't find any footage of 1995's game. I've started watching them just a little bit, but that's because I clicked on them to make sure it's what I actually thought they were before I add them to this privated playlist. And some of them I just left on long because I had to go do something else. I'm not too familiar with all this.
It's been just a month and a half since 46 teams began preparing for this contest, and now it all comes down to this, the finals. After one last best-of-3 matchup, we'll know who's the winner. And now the action is about to begin. In true sportsmanlike fashion, Sunny Delight and Texas Instruments exchange good luck wishes.
I'm gonna skip all the welcomes.
Ready?
Skip the Woody Flowers bit. Okay, there we go.
It's round 1, and each team goes after its own balls, knowing that scoring first nearly always gives an advantage.
It was titled tower power.
Sunny Delight wins the race to the goal tower
playing
and
field
shoots
is
in
a
a quick 12 points. The machine is
is a
performing
dodecagon
exactly as the team wants.
that was 34 feet across.
While the Texas
It's
Instruments
carpeted
bucket dumper is off to a rocky start.
by
Still, Texas manages to tie
like
the
the
score.
outside edges, 4x4 boards.
Sunny Delight comes back again to score.
36
but
soccer balls,
Texas is now
12
right
of each
behind
color,
them.
red, white, and blue. Arranged into 6 piles of 6 balls.
It's a ding-dong seesaw battle with 25 seconds to
Teams compete to place the 12 balls in their color inside either the high goal or
Texas
the...
quickly snapped up 2 of its
So
remaining
this is
4
a very...
balls.
You need to
With
count...
that one yellow in the
sorry,
lower
it's
goal,
loud.
they could move ahead by 7 points.
Yeah, the audio on these isn't, like, similar. So basically, this is one about, you know, they just had to throw as many into the center as they could, and they'd be counted by some person watching. So this is before the days of alliances, which is when I feel like the game started actually really getting good, because, you know, that's when the whole cooperation idea started. Ooh, and I think that just ended. That video just ended. That's gonna get a C tier also. It's just to shoot balls into a basket and then count. And that's nearly what the last one was. So all they did was make it harder to count. At least it's less complicated with a whole different, like, different sized balls. Yeah. It's kind of basic compared to more recent games. And I know the standards more recently are higher, but, you know, I'm also kind of judging these on how fun they are to watch. And, you know, these are so far very boring. Now on to Ramp and Roll, the one where I have a news spotlight instead of an actual video of it because you can't find it anywhere. There you go, got a little bit of audio.
Students call these robo-gladiators. Scientists might call them artificial athletes, but no one calls them boring. And that's the whole point.
I have no idea what's going on with that weird, like, tentacle thing.
Nobody knows who invented the CAT scanner. Nobody knows anything about our real heroes.
Is this just a put the ball through the thing, through the, like, fork? So you have, you know, is that it? Is that it? Is that all that this is?
So a group called
Let me read.
First started a program called
Carpeted
Ramp and
modified
Roll.
T-shaped
It's
area.
like the next generation about technology.
Points
Students
scored
from
a
Texas to Canada
24-inch
work with
diameter
engineers
ball
from companies like
and 3
Xerox
points
and
for
Honeywell
passing
to
a
build the best
30-inch
robot.
ball through the field goal. It's another counting balls. It's more counting balls, but this time this isn't a throwing thing. It's just like a kind of, you lift it and you just kind of drop it through for most teams, and that's kind of boring.
Learn how to build the athlete step by step.
And because this is kind of long, I'm going to stop it now. Yeah, there's a lot of balls in robotics. At least you haven't heard all the jokes that we can make in electrical. We have a connector. That's don't get me started. In electrical, in our electrical department, we use strippers on PPs. Anderson power pole connectors. The nickname is PP45. That's the actual part number. And, you know, you take your rod, you have to strip it, and they have to crimp on the PP. Hello, Flower Vortex. Sorry that I just straight up dropped you into this. I'm currently ranking every single competition in the first robotics, or in the history of first robotics. And yeah, my friend Lil Zim over here just got me started on all the weird terminology we have in electrical department. Because I'm in robotics right now. I'm not gonna say my team number. I figured out maybe I shouldn't do that with the whole, like, doxing myself part. But yeah, we're just talking about the funky terminology that we use and how it's kind of sus. But I'm gonna get back to this. So ramp and roll. It's another basic. You put the ball through the hoop. It's really slow paced, and, like, the robots just kind of were boring in my opinion. It's just a bunch of, like, grab it and you drop it. It's not much. At least in the last one, you know, it was kind of like a basketball thing where you had to, like, actually kind of shoot it and make it go somewhere. But this just isn't really going anywhere. Yo, how are you doing, Galaxy? I'm just gonna call you Galaxy. I forget if I've called you anything else before. But now that we are finished with Ramp and Roll, now we're on to Hexagon Havoc. No, go away, Chick-fil-A. Go away, Chick-fil-A. I don't want to see you, Chick-fil-A. Alright. Hexagon Havoc.
Okay, folks. All the contestants, please do remember to return your setup. All right? 3, 2, 1.
The last time I ate Chick-fil-A, I was just kind of disappointed by the food, so I just don't even bother.
And match number 12 underway.
Oh look, it's more balls. It is more balls. So, the field is a hexagon that is carpeted. There are 12 8-inch balls and 2 24-inch balls. Oh, per team. Okay, so this is the first, I think, instance of alliances. And what it seems like they have to do is they have to probably, like, collect the smaller ones and then stack their color in, like, that big center thing, if I had to guess. Let me quickly read through the scoring. Okay, no, they're different colors. So basically, it's get as many balls as you can into the weird center thing. Wow, they really had a thing with balls, didn't they? They really had a thing with balls. I feel like we've seen enough of this by now. This one, it's better than Ramp and Roll. It's getting a C. Alright.
2, 3.
Not balls. Not balls. That's not balls. Not balls located. We finally found it. It's elusive, but it's here. So this is a Toroid Terror. Yeah, I'll play.
Here we go. Second and the best 2 out of 3.
I'm gonna quickly read through the like description and you can watch this. Carpeted hexagon, center goal. 3 stations for players. 3 color. Each team has 3 inner tubes at their location and 6 on the field. Robots continues to go by placing the inner tubes onto pegs on the goal.
Trying to determine their strategy.
Each tube on the goal is worth
Also
1
moving their
point
machine
each.
over towards the human player station. Pontiac Central's team.
Okay, so it's basically whichever team stacks the most rings onto the sides of it wins, but you all or gets points, and then you get more points if you put it on top, and whoever has the most points wins. So it's again a very simple game, but it's something new. It's something new. We haven't had enough of something new. Is that a bit loud? I feel like that's a bit loud for you. I'm turning that down. I feel like this is an improvement on the last one.
Both teams now trying to work their way across the field. Beatty and Hammond team now trying to get over. And a human player deposits a tube onto its machine and a second tube. Delphi Pontiac Central team having a difficult time getting their machine in front of the human player station to finally do, but here comes Beatty and Hammond.
Take me back to the balls timeline. Don't worry, the balls come back. Trust me, they do. They did last year. And they did many years before that. Multiple times.
10 seconds to go. Who's gonna...
I was gonna say, was that just me? But no, if that breaks on my computer, it gets streamed as broken too. That was great.
Oh boy.
Alright. So, I'd say, Torrid Terror, I'd say that's a fine B tier. You know, B tier. I feel like playing that wouldn't be boring. It wouldn't be boring to play, and it wouldn't be boring to watch. You know, there's at least something going on there. But, you know, if things start crowding up there because I'm getting way too many S tier, I can kind of shift everything down a bit. F tier. Toroid Terror is not an F tier. I do not think it would ever be an F tier game. Now we are on to 1998 with the game Ladder Logic. Alright, I'm going to hit play, going to get the audio at a good level, and I'm going to start telling you about the instructions. The playing field is a carpeted hexagon, as the last few have been. 3 horizontal rail goals extend outward from the center, so it's those things up there. 3 robots and human players score points by putting rubber balls into the center goal and along the rails. Balls are color-coded for ownership. Human players are not allowed on the field, but they may throw them in or put them on robots. At the end of the match, each ball in the upper third of the ladder is worth 3 points, the ball in the middle third is 2, and the ball lower third is 1. Each ball in the center will double a team's score. Okay. So, you know, this is a pretty good tier ball game. This is a pretty quality ball game. You know, it's not like bland or anything. It's, you know, it's just kind of okay. Yeah, it is kind of all balls. That's kind of a running thing in robotics. It's more complex. I like the more complicated scoring system where you have one thing that can be scored in different ways to get different points, and there's a whole like doubling modifier. That I love that. I'd say this is probably a good B tier game. This is a B tier game. Alright, no point in stopping this, it's almost over. Alright. So yeah, I'd say that, yeah, I would have to say that Ladder Logic is a solid, actually no, I'm gonna put it with B. Yeah, solid B tier game. B tier game. We can't just give every ball game S tier. S tier would be all balls. We don't want S tier to be all balls. Sure, B for balls. Except some, yeah, sure. Next, we are on to Double Trouble. Ooh, that's a bit of a longer explanation of field and scoring, so I'll read through that while you watch. Oh, I think this is the first occurrence of the do-do-do-do-do that has been in every single robotics game since then, and it's not exactly a nice noise. It's a carpeted rectangle, and they're trying to put basically pillow-like objects and their own robots onto that rolly-aroundy octagon. There might be like other places to put them, maybe. Oh, they just knocked a robot over. That's not legal. That is a violation of law. That is a big point loss. See, BattleBots is different because BattleBots is the same it's the same game every single year, except it's just different robots. But you know, I don't know. I'm not against BattleBots. This just isn't BattleBots, and that's the. I'm sorry, you got me on a nerve now. You got me on a tangent. People who are like, oh, you do robotics, is that like BattleBots? No, it's not. It's not like BattleBots. It's never been like BattleBots, except for the occasional time when, like, you know, a robot falls over. So, according to this, robots try and get themselves and, I guess, like, pillow things to be just off the ground, or which can include on that little cart thing, which is kind of a stupid premise. I don't get this. I don't understand. This is confusing to me. So, it's confusing me. I'd put that down in I feel like it's. I don't think that's C class. That feels more like a D class kind of thing. I might push Ramp and Roll down to F tier because Ramp and Roll was just like really stupid and bad. What did you just say? Okay. Sure, sure. Uh, yeah, but yeah, I think I'm gonna push ramp and roll down because this game I feel like it's better than ramp and roll, but I feel like it's better than ramp and roll, but like, ooh, I might push Maze Craze down. I'm sorry about the corn, but I think the corn just deserves F tier. Like you made a game based on corn, like you can't really go pretty low. Oh, because they get way better. Trust me, they get way better. I'm starting low because you get some like top tier complex gameplay down here. Oh yeah, and you start out with someone with actually it's not rainbow hair, it's fire hair. They look like they're on fire. Congratulations. Welcome to the year 2000. Alright, so next we have... Oh. Is this the first year of cooperation? Or, as some people like to call it, Coopertition. Coopertition. We don't pronounce the hyphen, it's Coopertition. She's Johnny Test. Okay, that was a pretty good one. But it is time to watch the game.
This is going to be tough. How about these guys in red? Team number 126.
Back in the days where 3 digits was a normal team number length. Our team number is 4 long. There are 5 long team numbers.
Team 47 is Chief Delphi, Delphi Automotive and Pontiac Central. And Team 312, the Heat Wave out of St. Petersburg, Florida. Baxter Healthcare, Tampa Bay, and Lakewood High School.
I'm currently reading the like detail thing on. You'll be right back. Well, I'm not gonna hold up for you, but the VOD's probably gonna be available unless like first is like, no, you can't watch this. That's illegal. In which case, I'll just like, cause I know you personally, I can just send you like the parts that you missed, cause I save VODs. I think I do. Yes, I do. Just checking.
1, 2, 3, go.
What do you mean there's not enough balls? Look at all the balls up there. Like right there. There's so many. There's so many right there.
The Heat Wave 312 now loading up in front of their human player station. And Chief Delphi at the far end of the field gets a load and starts heading for the Red Alliance goal.
So this is...
The Heat
I'm
Wave
gonna try and figure out how it's scored just from watching the video. From what it looks like, it's just you kind of dump the balls into the... You just dump them into the channel. That's not gonna say no. That is a fair game practice, but like, is there anything else?
Heatwave back to the human player station. Central now. Spinning goals out of the goal.
Oh, so this is I think this might be the first year of the climb.
From the Red Alliance goal.
Now the climb is probably gonna show up at some point in this video.
And the Heatwave.
Oh, is that Eye of the Tiger playing? Oh, I'm gonna mute this before it's too late. I didn't play anything copyrighted. Don't sue me. Don't sue me. Don't sue me. Don't sue me. So a little bit of fighting there. Trying to get their balls back into the channels. So color-coded channels, black balls are worth more than yellow ones. That's why there are less of them. And there we go. I think we see a robot trying to do climb. Yes, it is. So that's think that was a new thing for this year. They added climbs, which is where a robot has to like grab onto a bar and do a pull-up. It's a very complicated system, and it's usually pretty clunky and heavy. And honestly, well, my team is very happy that they're not doing that this year, because last year our climb system kept breaking, and we couldn't get it to stop breaking. But now that we have seen the game, I'm just going to pause it here. So, yeah, pretty basic thing. There's also a little ramp platform that you can see down there. Apparently that was worth a couple points at the end of the game. So yeah, this is a... Yeah. So, I would have to say that I'd put this at a B. That's a I'm putting this at C tier. Mostly because there's room for compared to Toward Terror, it deserves to be there. Like, it's a pretty basic principle, but there's a lot of like very important stuff there that was like very, you know, vital to the just continual like evolution of first robotics. So it is time for Diabolical Dynamics, which is a really, really weird name for one of these. Okay, at this point I just have to be ready to accept that this is not going to be able to, I'm not gonna, this VOD is not getting kept, it's getting taken down immediately once I'm done. Alright, when are they? There's
in
Woody.
Alliance 1.
Team number 71, Beatty Machine and Manufacturing, Team Hammond.
Yeah, I could. Well, I mean, just like,
Team number
I
NASA
record my own
KC,
VODs so I can
Rolls-Royce
post them
Imperial
myself, even though
Meridian
I'm still
Cyber
like
Blue.
2 years behind on VOD
Team number
posting because I have
111,
one
Motorola
video
Rolling Meadows
posted.
and Wheeling Wildstang.
But yeah.
And team number 269, Quest and Cooney
yeah, this is
Robotics,
a,
OHS First Team.
Yeah, this VOD is not staying on Twitch. This is going to be going to my VOD channel that has a single video on it.
1, 2, 3, go.
And the slate is wiped clean.
Oh dear, that is a very copyrighted song. Ooh, Teeter Totters, Teeter Totters. That's an interesting return for this season. That's gonna provide some good gameplay for us. But this one, let's see what's going on here. Each max is 2 minutes long. Alliances can end the match at any time. That's interesting. 1 point for each small ball in the goal, 10 points for each large ball in the goal, and 10 points for each robot in the end zone. 10 points if the stretcher, which I'm guessing is that thing that they're pushing, is in the end zone. Alliance doubles its score for each goal that is on the bridge if it is balanced. Ooh, that's tough. And it multiplies the score by a factor up to 3, ending the match before the 2-minute time limit. Each team receives the Alliance score. Team multiplies large balls on top of goal. Scores are rounded up to the nearest whole point after applying on multiplies. Okay, so this is a pretty complicated game. This has a lot of stuff to it, which is actually something that I really appreciate. You know. Oh, this is not advanced. You should have seen last year. You should. We're gonna get to last year's game. Last year's game was honestly one of, in my opinion, a absolutely amazing game. Last year's game was S tier. It was so teams are big for robotics, and there's plenty of time for me to continue. Oh, never mind. They cut the round early. Teams for robotics are very big, but you can only have like, I think it's like 5 people this season out actually, like, you know, driving the robot and stuff, and then you have like maybe this isn't like a set thing that they make you do, but then you have like usually like 4 people in the pits, but you still have like 20 people, and if they're there, they're just going to be watching. And I watched my fair share of rounds last year, even at Worlds. We went to World Championships, and it was amazing to watch. It was so fun because, you know, it was just a constant stream. You'll see what I mean. Constant stream of balls going into like into the center. I can show you a video. I'm not going to show you one of ours because I don't want to dox myself, but I'll show you like the final round, because it was just incredible watching it. It was genuinely amazing to watch. Now, this game was kind of weird, but honestly, I think it was at least, I'm going to put it in A until I think that it doesn't go in A. And if I don't think that it doesn't go in A at any point, it's staying in A. I feel like that's an A tier game. You know, there's a good mix of field elements. There's scoring multipliers. There's teeter-totter. There's complicated mechanics. I like this. I think that is a good game, in my opinion. Now it's time for Zone Z.
Team number 71, Pepsi, Beatty Machine and Manufacturing in School City of Hammond. Team
Not gonna
Hammond from Hammond,
turn down
Indiana,
the
winner
audio
of the
for that a little bit
Motorola
because it's kind of
Midwest
loud and
Regional.
a bit
Their
overpowering.
partners, team number 66, GM Powertrain, Ypsilanti and Willow Run High School, the Penguins from Ypsilanti, Michigan.
So 5 zones at the beginning of the match, 40 balls on between the two sides.
Go.
Oh. Oh, I think I've heard of this one. No, I haven't. Never mind. I was thinking of a different one. Number 1 through 5 in the match for every robot. Blue had in zone 1. Blue scored 10 points. For the red lines is the opposite. Balls could be scored in zones 1 or 2. Goals could receive points for being in zone 2. Robots scored 10 points for ending in zone 5. So this is complicated, is what I'm reading. Scoring, placing balls in the mobile goals, moving the goal to appropriate zone. For every ball in a goal, an alliance received 1 point. For every goal in the alliance's zone at the end of that match, the alliance received 10 points further. The team received 10 points for every robot in zone 5 at the end of the match. So I'm not sure, but what it sounds like is the closer you are to the opposing team's like control center, the less points you get. So you want it on like your side, you want the goal and your robots on your side, but you also need to get like balls in it and actually get it there. And you know, there's competitive pulling going on right now. But the whole idea of like, actually, you know, not the worst thing I've ever seen. I feel like the implementation's not the best, but it's not like what I'd call a bad like game or theme or anything. Was that just a robot that just drags around a wire? What does that thing do? Please, someone explain to me what that little thing that was just dangling on a wire did. They were using wireless robots by this point, right? I'm pretty sure they were. Oh, that's the end of that one. And next we are on to some actually good things. And I just realized I don't need to keep these muted. I've decided I'm going to kill the VOD. But I don't need my Wikipedia anymore, because we are on to the official game animations, which should make everything here a lot nicer. And I'm just going to fix this light because it's been bugging me. Look, I can move my hand without making myself into darkness. Hello, you missed multiple years. But, and I'm not going to be able to keep the VOD on Twitch because there was a lot of very copyrighted music that they played. Alright, so now, actually I forgot to rank the last one. I'd say, you know, I'm gonna put that at A tier. I'm gonna put that at A tier. Yeah, I got to A tier. Like it's gonna be climbing up. The thing is, the things currently in A tier are probably at some point gonna be pushed down. I expect to see a shift soon where everything gets pushed down, because getting into like the 2010s, you get a lot of really good games, and they're like S or S tier. I'd figure like 2 or 3 maybe. I'm not entirely sure. But it is time to watch the first official game animation. So we should all celebrate this moment to watch some really shitty 3D animation from the year 2003. Here we go.
Welcome to the 2003 First Robotics Competition in Stack Attack. This year's competition features a large central ramp.
I've only participated in a few years recently, just this season and last season. But also, I didn't say this was an unbiased listing. I'm not claiming to be unbiased. This is literally my opinion. It's really kind of gonna be biased.
Players must exit the field within a 10-second time limit. This is followed by a 15-second period of autonomous robot operations. Robots will use onboard sensors to detect field features such as the lines on the floor.
Oh, is this the first year of autonomous? Oh.
and to
Wow.
defend their own stacks from attacks by the opposing alliances.
I forgot about how stupid the animations are. They're even worse back. Is that a hand? Is that a robot with a hand on it?
During the match, each alliance will attempt to place as many of the containers within their colored scoring zone as possible. Alliances may build small, simple machines that can push free containers into legal scoring positions, or much more complex systems that are even capable of stealing opponents' containers away and placing them on their own stacks.
What? Wait a second. There's no way. So the last few years, you know, you've been restricted to a very small amount of space, and even if you have an extension, it can't go out that far. That thing just reached across the field. It literally just went, I'm gonna have some of those, please, thank you. Yoink. That's exactly what that robot just did. What is this?
Teams will be trying to strike a balance
No,
between the
it's not even yoinking. It's literally just standing at the center and going, thanks for that. Thanks for that. You're a very nice person for giving me that. You know, like... I've also just found out it's very hard to set a can on an iFixit kit. But, so...
containers and the height of the maximum stack, which will be used as a multiplier for their overall score. Each alliance robot at the top of the ramp at the end of the game receives an additional bonus score. Scores are calculated at the end of the match. The tallest stack, measured in containers, forms the multiplier stack. Every additional container in the scoring zone forms a score baseline. In addition, a 25-point bonus per robot is given to the alliance for every robot at the top of the ramp at the end of the match. In this example, the Red Alliance wins with a score of 120 to 115. Honestly, good luck, and we'll see you at the competition.
This seems like a good game. This seems like it would be a very enjoyable game, especially based on that whole mechanic of you know, you have to like reach, or you have to like get them to your side, but you also have to stack them for a point for like a multiplier. And they have the classic, you know, make your robot go somewhere at the very end for a bonus. And it introduced autonomous for the first time, which is a big part of robotics now. I'd say it's going to be A tier, but it's the kind of thing that I feel like would inch into S tier, depending on how the next few go.
Welcome to the 2004 first competition in this year's game, First Frenzy. This year's challenge continues reaching for new heights as we are raising the bar. Above the player station at each end of the field is a ball dump mechanism containing 18 playground balls ready to cascade on the field at the beginning of the game. A two-level
I like the big balls that just say 2X on them.
With vertical goals at
I wonder how many points they're worth.
Mobile goals at either side of the platform correspond to the two alliances. The game begins with 15 seconds of autonomous operation as robots track field features.
Autonomous back in the days of computer, or before computer vision.
The side of the field to find the bonus ball. Moving this ball triggers the release of 18 more scoring balls onto the field. Robots can also grab and drag mobile goals, moving them into their end of the field and placing them in scoring positions. The robots then gather the small balls from the surface of the field, passing to the human player as quickly as possible. The balls must be passed to the players through the openings at the corners of the field.
Oh, they're supposed to go to the human players. Oh, do the human players have to throw them in? What?
Either the short or the tall goals in the field to score points. With so many things flying around, robots must be robust to withstand the occasional impact. As the end of the 2-minute game approaches, robots will grab the double balls in the field, using to cap their goals.
Every time I hear them mention the robot must be robust, I think of one thing. It's from 2015, and I think you'll find it hilarious. It's a great animation. Oh, pull-up bar. What is that thing doing? Oh, I love these before the height limits and stuff.
Adding up the point value of the balls inside each goal. The goals that are capped, their point value is doubled. An additional 50 points is awarded for each robot.
Oh, I love high-scoring games. One of my favorite things is games where you score, like, tons of points, because that makes it way more fun. Because, you know, if you're, like, scoring, like, oh, we got 15 points, they got 17, it's so boring. But if you're like, yeah, we got 150, they got 170, that's, like, a big difference. So, for this, I will say, I think that's our first S tier. I like that. I like that very much. And as I said, everything's probably gonna end up shifting down at some point, but you know, I feel like that's a good one. That's genuinely a good one. 2004 did it right. 2005, first animation, or first game animation, Triple Play.
Welcome to the 2005 first competition. This year's game is known as Triple Play. The game is played on a 27 by 54 foot rectangular field. Large triangular goals are placed around the field in 3 rows of 3. 2 alliances, each made up of 3 teams, occupy the ends of the field. Human players stand at the corners of one side of the field, ready to move game pieces out and hand them to the robots. The game is played with tetrahedral-shaped objects known as tetras. Points are scored by placing tetras.
They've been
on top of
explaining
goals
them since
and making
2003.
rows across the goals.
I don't know what you're talking about.
At the beginning of the game, special vision tetras are placed out on the field. As the game starts, robots can knock tetras away from the corner goals to score a few points. More advanced robots will use onboard vision systems to recognize the vision tetras, move out,
how would you make that balance?
and place them on goals for extra bonus points. At the end of the 15-second autonomous period, bonus tetras are awarded and the human players step forward to take control. Robots will drive up to automated loading stations where they can grab tetras and enter them into play. Alternatively, robots can drive up to the manual loading stations, which will allow a human player to step off a pressure pad sensor, disabling the robot. And then
It's the same robot from last time. It's the same
returns to
little
pressure pad
box
sensor,
man
the robot is
with the
re-enabled to make
eyeballs.
other tetras.
That's absolutely
Human players must
horrifying.
remember that robots are disabled whenever they leave the pressure pad. Once a robot grabs a tetra from the loading station, he can leave the loading zone and place it immediately on a goal. Tetras may be placed on any goal anywhere on the field. While a robot is attempting to place a tetra, opposing robots may play defense, block their efforts, and even keep them away from certain areas of the field. Here, the Blue Alliance spots an opportunity to make a road. They
Oh,
run
you've
as
missed
far
stuff
as the
since
field
before
as they can
2000.
find a goal, and then
I
head
think
back
you
home.
saw like maybe like 98,
The Red
99.
Alliance immediately counters by placing a tetra on the center
Okay, yeah,
goal,
so around
eliminating the
2000.
blue
Good
road.
point.
Teams will have to pay attention to the center of gravity of their robot as they deliver the objects and drive rapidly around the field.
Oh yeah. I don't know if it's the sound effects or what. Did you not just see that?
Pay attention to the center of gravity of their robot as they lift heavy objects and
SFX go crazy, animation go crazy. Thank you, Automation Direct.
drive rapidly around the field. As the end of the match approaches, robots will head for their end zone. Teams will get bonus points for getting all 3 of their robots behind the end zone line.
Okay, at least his friend helped him out.
Teams are awarded 3 points for each tetra placed on top of a goal. They receive 1 point for each tetra on the floor in the base of a goal. Each row of tetras placed on top of goals receives a 10-point bonus.
Yeah, those are.
and having all
It's
three
not as
robots
scuffed
behind
as
the
the
end zone line
like
receives a
freaking
10-point
like
bonus.
single leg.
In this case,
Wait,
red
run what back? Which part would you like to?
behind the end zone line.
Where do you want to run it back to? This part?
Gravity of the robot as they lift
Whoops.
heavy objects and drive rapidly around the field. As the end of the match approaches, robots will head for their end
This?
zone. Teams will get bonus points for getting all 3 of their robots behind the end zone line.
Oh yeah, the scuffed legs. Yeah.
Team-
No, but it's not as bad as this thing. This thing has 1 leg. Yeah, I know they're swinging. That's what I burst out laughing earlier about.
Teams are awarded 3 points. for
Everything
each
about that
tetra
little bit
placed
of
on
animation
top
was
of a goal.
hilarious.
They receive 1 point for each tetra on the floor in the base of a goal. Each row of tetras placed on top of goals receives a 10-point bonus, and having all 3 robots behind the end zone line receives a 10-point bonus. In this case, red wins 64-60. Good luck, and we'll see you at the competition.
That's a pretty good game. I don't feel like that's. I feel like this is where we're gonna start seeing. I think this is when I'm gonna have to do the whole like shift down thing. Because I feel like that's not an S tier, but that's an A tier. But I feel like it's better than all the other things there. So I think I'm gonna start doing the shift down that I was mentioning. I feel like Toroid Terror, yeah, that can go down. 98. That was. 98 was which one? Oh, that was the like. Actually, I liked 98. 98 is gonna stay there. I'm gonna put you there. And something here might knock down. I'm gonna have to knock down Rug Rage. All the animation tier for everything first is S tier. That's not a question. What was 2001 again? Sorry, I need to like go back and look. 2001. 2001 was that one. I feel like 2001 might be knocked down to B tier. And Triple Play, I've accidentally put that on the wrong one. Yeah, that's definitely an A tier game. I think this is where it's settling for right now. I can't just put it there for the W sound effects. I'm sorry that I can't do that. This is not an animation review. This is a review of what the animation is talking about. I'm sorry. I have to stay by my standards, but yeah, that is absolutely W animation and sound effects. Aim high. Let's see.
2006 first robotics competition in this year's game, Aim High. This year's game is played on a 26 by 54 foot field. 3 goal openings are located in each alliance station wall through which your opponents will be able to score.
Return of the balls.
The center goal is an illuminated target that is used by the automated vision system to determine range and location of the goals. A platform in front of each alliance station wall is used at the end of the match by robots when they climb upon it and score bonus points. The objective of the game is simple. Shoot, push, or roll balls through any of the 3 goals at the far end of the field. At the end of the match, you have your 3 robots on your ramp in front of your alliance station. The match starts with a 10-second autonomous period in which robots will attempt to score using just pre-programmed instructions. Each robot can start with up to 10 balls in their possession. Robots can use the onboard vision system to determine the location of the upper center goal. After computing a trajectory, balls are shot through the goal opening for higher point values. Whichever alliance scores highest
pretty
in
smart.
the autonomous period earns a 10-point bonus, and their goal is turned off in the next period of the game. At the end of the autonomous period, the human players step forward and take over the controls for the remainder of the game. In this case, the Blue Alliance robots are on offense.
That little L robot keeps appearing more and more.
The Red Alliance
I don't know
robots
why.
will attempt to defend the
It's an epic L or a mega L.
Robots
Wait, what just
that's
happened?
their ability to keep the Blue robots from scoring. The Red Alliance robots will attempt to defend the goals to the best of their ability.
Okay,
to keep
they're
the
basically
Blue
saying that
robots
defense
from
bots are
scoring.
allowed. Okay.
Robots can restock their supply of balls by either picking them up from the field surface or receiving them directly from human players. At all times during this period, one robot from the defending alliance must remain at the far end of the field and cannot cross the midfield line. For the next period of the game, the roles are reversed as the offensive alliance goes on defense and vice versa. Thus, every robot will have to have both good offensive and defensive capabilities. Robots will also have to be robust to withstand impacts from other robots and the occasional flying ball.
Gotta run that back.
Capabilities. Robots will also have to be robust to withstand impacts from other robots and the occasional flying ball. During the final period of the game, both goals are turned back on and both alliances can score. During this last 40-second period, teams will need to keep a careful eye on the clock. They want to score as many points as possible while leaving themselves enough time to get back to their own end of the field and put 1, 2, or 3 robots up on the platform for bonus points. In this match, Red wins the 10-point autonomy bonus. Each alliance gets 1 point for every ball in a corner goal and 3 points for every ball in a center goal. Red has all 3 robots on the platform for a 25-point bonus and wins the match 74-70.
So, this is another A-tier game. I might push. I feel like this one is in the same category as like, I think it was AAA that I also said is kind of getting near S tier. Yeah, honestly, the music was a bit too loud, but you know, But yeah, these two they're on the brink of S tier. It's just they're not quite there yet. Or like they might be, depending on how S tier fills up for me. No, actually, I'm gonna put them in S tier because I feel like they deserve to be in S tier. They're just not quite there yet. So, yeah. Then just a quick review. Sorry, just to remind myself what 2004's game was like. Can you like see
The
it?
vertical goal.
Oh yeah, it was that one. Okay. Now.
Welcome to the 2007 First Robotics Competition. In this year's game, Rack and Roll.
Sorry about it being loud.
This year's game is played on a 27 by 54 foot carpeted field. 2 alliances of 3 teams each are located at the ends of the field from where they operate their robots. The center of the field is occupied by a scoring structure known as the rack.
Oh, it
3
jiggles.
levels of scoring locations, known as spiders,
Oh.
are located within the rack. Each spider hangs from a series of chains that allows it to translate and move freely if it's impacted by a robot or game piece. The game pieces are inflatable plastic pool tubes. There are 3 types of game pieces. Keepers are placed during the autonomous period. Ringers are placed during the teleoperated period and score points to the alliance. And the black spoiler tubes are used to negate the effects of the ringers.
Oh.
The objective of the game is to place the keepers and the ringers into rows. The rows can be either horizontal or vertical.
It's like Connect
The
4.
match starts with a 15-second autonomous period. Robots can use onboard sensors to help locate target lights, which will help identify the locations of the scoring targets. As the autonomous period ends, robots must drop any keepers still in their possession. Human operators then step forward and take control of the robots. Robots return to the...
I will say, there's a chance this isn't the original narrator. I couldn't find an official, like, copy of this video. This one's from, like, I think it's actually from a team that just posted it on their own. So that might be why. And also, I would like to laugh at that little robot wiggling.
Robots must drop any keepers still in their possession. The human operators then step forward and take control of the robots. Robots return to their home zone to retrieve ringers from the human players. The ringers have been strategically placed on the rack. Alternately, robots can drive to the far end of the field to retrieve ringers that are waiting in the opponent's home zone. In either case, the robots attempt to make as many rows as possible. Here we see a red robot placing a ringer, completing a vertical row of 3 and a horizontal row of 2. His alliance partner then places another ringer, extending the row to 3. Black spoiler tubes are placed on the rack and used to negate the effects of the ringers. Unlike the other game pieces, spoilers can be moved, either picked up and relocated to cover any other ringer on the rack.
Oh.
As the match draws to a close,
that's
robots will
interesting.
race back to their home zones.
The whole idea that you can actually, like, negate other people's stuff.
That are elevated off the floor. The value of the bonus is modified by the height above the floor.
What?
The final score. Bonus points are earned for each of the alliance
Excuse
robots
me.
that are elevated off the floor. The value of the bonus is modified by the height above the floor.
What?
The final score is determined by the length
What?
and number of rows created by game pieces, added to the bonus points. In this example, blue squeaks out a win over red, 90 to 84.
See.
Good luck, and we'll see you at the competition.
Okay, that wasn't exactly clear on how the points work. I want to see how the points work for the, like, end zones where they, like, stack the robots, I think, is what's going on.
As the match draws to a close, robots will race back to their home zones. Bonus points are earned for each of the alliance robots that are elevated off the floor. The value of the bonus is modified by the height above the floor.
If they don't explain the bonus, yeah, that's a pretty good one. I would not call that S tier. That's more of an A tier game. You know, there are some cool things about it, but it's not as good as those other ones. So I'm gonna put that there. Now it's time for Overdrive. These all have S tier animation, S plus tier animation. Honestly. He did a fucking burnout. He made a number 11 burnout on the track.
Welcome to the 2008 First Robotics Competition and this year's game, First Overdrive. Overdrive is played on a 27 by 54 foot carpeted field. 2 alliances of 3 teams each occupy the ends of the field from where they control their robots. Each team is composed of drivers, a coach, and a new position, the Robo-Coach. The center of the track is spanned by the overpass,
I'm a coach, but
which
I'm
is
a robot.
6.5 feet above the floor.
A 6-foot
That's
tall
what you
lane
sound like,
divider
mister.
runs down
That's
the
what you sound
midline
like,
of
sir.
the track. The two structures help define the finish lines on the red and the blue lanes of the
V19.
track. The game pieces for First Overdrive are 40-inch diameter inflatable balls known as track balls. There are 2 for each alliance. The objective of Overdrive is to have each alliance move their robots and track balls around the track as rapidly as possible and gain points each time they cross their finish line. Bonus points are earned every time a track ball passes over the overpass. Robocoach stations are located at the corners of the track. Robots start the match lined up against their alliance wall. Starting positions for the track balls are randomly determined before each match. The match starts with hybrid mode, when robots can autonomously navigate around the field and gather points for each line they cross. Alliances will also get a bonus for each of their track balls that is removed from the overpass before the hybrid period ends. During the hybrid period, the robo-coaches can pass signals to the robots to give them cues to alter their gameplay. At the end of hybrid period, the human players step forward to take control of the robots. As teleoperated period starts, robots continue to race around the track and score points each time they cross their own finish line. When overtaking slower machines, robots can signal a desire to pass by gently bumping.
They pimped the pushing machine. They pimped the pushing machine.
Robots can move track balls around the field by bumping
They gave
and
it
hurting them.
big headers and a big ram air intake. What? Run it back. Run it back.
Points each as teleoperated periods.
Look at that thing. It's supercharged. They supercharged the robot. What?
Starts. Robots continue to race around
Crazy.
the track and score points each time they cross their own finish line. When overtaking slower machines, robots can signal.
Will you run back? What engine sound?
Bonus for each. Alliances will also get a bonus for each of their track balls.
That sounds like a lawnmower.
That is removed.
I think that's like. I think that's the sound of some guy just taking like a piece of plastic and running it against like like the plastic like straight long flat combs, just like pulling along the ice. Just goes.
Give them cues to alter their gameplay. Signals to the robots to give them cues to alter their gameplay.
That one.
At the end of hybrid period, the human players step forward and take control of the robots. As teleoperated period starts, robots continue to race around the track.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll end up figuring that
robots
out
can
later.
signal a desire to pass by gently bumping. Robots can move track balls around the field by bumping and hurting them. Or the track balls can be captured and possessed, hitting them. Or the balls around. Robots
Literally blunks
around
around
the
and
field
then
by
just
bumping
goes.
and hurting them. Or the track balls can be captured and possessed. Track balls score each time they cross their own finish line. What is this? 2 points for going under the overpass, 8 points for going over. Robots will have to be built robustly to avoid damage from falling track balls. Robots will have to be built robustly to avoid damage from falling track balls.
Sorry, I
Robots
see
will
it
have
sound
to be
again.
built robustly to avoid damage from falling track.
No, we need the slow motion replay. Where's playback speed?
Robots will have to be built.
The thing looks so worried. It knows what's coming for it.
Avoid damage from falling.
It sounds so much worse slowed down. You can hear it echo. You can hear it go boom.
Avoid damage from falling track balls.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. You know what? I think I might end up turning this into a video. That's definitely gonna be the title of the video. It totally needs to be.
Trackballs placed back on the overpass at the end of the match will earn a special 12-point bonus. Of course, they have to stay there. Good luck, and we'll see you at the competitions.
Put a damn Chevy small block in my robot. Put a Chevy small block in my robot. Give it big headers. 0 to 60 in 13 seconds. Because it's a small block and it's really not that good. They pulled the small block out of like the least. They pulled a small block out of like the worst 80s Chevy ever made and put it in that car. Alright, well, 2008 has so far been a wild ride. But I'd have to give that a B tier. Because honestly, it's just... It looks okay, but it's a very... I feel like the idea that you get points just for going in a circle is kind of stupid. But we're not ranking... We're enjoying the comedy, but we're not ranking based on it. I'm so sorry. But that's just how it works. So yes, this has to be... I have to put it in B tier. It's just not good enough, really.
Welcome to the 2009 First Robotics Competition.
Lunacy.
Game Lunacy. Lunacy is played on a 27 by 54 foot field known as the Crater. Alliances of 3 teams each are positioned in bases at each end of the field from where they control their robots. Additional player stations are located along the edges of the crater. The crater is covered with a slick polymer material called regolith that provides a unique surface for the robots to drive upon. Special wheels are used on the robots to create a low friction interaction with the regolith.
To do something.
This simulates the low traction effects of driving in the 1/6 gravity on the surface of the moon. Lunacy uses 3 types of game pieces known as
They basically yoinked the traction from them.
Supercells. The trailer is attached to each robot. The trailers are the targets for the opposing alliance. The objective of the game is to get as many moonrocks and supercells into the opposing trailers as possible. At the start of the game, human players known as payload specialists are positioned in the outpost stations. Each robot is placed on their launch pad, with the trailer touching the wall of the crater. Robots are able to start the game with up to 7 moonrocks in their possession. During the autonomous period, players in the corner fueling stations and the outposts attempt to launch moonrocks into moving trailers.
This is interesting.
Each robot starts in a launch pad in front of an opposing player.
Nice talking to you.
Move away, the other alliance may try to block the robot's progress.
It is, but also we don't have school tomorrow because Martin Luther King Jr.
robots
Day.
may use their cameras to track the vision targets on top of each trailer. This allows them to track and score in the opponent's trailer.
I hope you have a good tomorrow.
At the end of the autonomous period, human pilots step forward to take the controls. During the teleoperated period of the game, pilots guide the robots as they attempt to launch moonrocks into the trailers of the opposing alliance. Meanwhile, human payload specialists will also attempt to score moonrocks.
I love that sound effect. That was just a great sound effect.
Robots can also recycle game pieces back to the payload specialists. With a low friction playing surface, robots will slide easily and high-speed collisions will be common. Bumpers are necessary to prevent damage. The outpost payload specialists...
When are they going to say build your robot robustly? When are they going to say it? When are they going to say it?
The robots then deliver these empty cells.
The kicker's back. The kicker is back.
At the fueling station,
yes.
The empty cells are exchanged for supercells. During the last 20 seconds of the match, humans or robots can score bonus points by getting supercells into opposing trailers.
Oh.
Each scored moonrock or empty cell is worth 2 points, and each supercell is worth 15 points in the game. Good luck, and we'll see you at the competitions.
All right, you know, I'd say that was a pretty good one. That was a fairly good one. I feel like that's A-worthy. Sorry, just give me 1 second. Yeah. So yeah, that's a pretty good one. I'm on board with that. That's fairly good. Fairly good.
Welcome to the 2010 First
Breakaway
Robotics Competition. and this year's game, Breakaway. Breakaway is played on a 27 by 54 foot field.
Oh, this is already
Alliances
getting
of 3
interesting
teams
by the
each
field design.
operate their robots from behind alliance walls at the end of the field. 2 bumps extend across the width of the field and
Those are
divide
some
it into
pretty
3
big bumps.
zones. A tower extends upwards from the center of each bump. A tunnel under each tower forms a passage between the zones. Robots play Breakaway with standard soccer balls.
Oh, standard
the
soccer
objective
balls,
is to
okay.
score points by kicking or rolling balls through the goals at your end of the field. Robots can use their cameras to track the vision targets above each goal. This allows
Alright.
them to target the
Yeah, that
goals
makes
from
sense,
almost
yeah.
anywhere on the field. Each alliance starts with one of their robots in each zone on their side of the field. 1 ball is placed in
Oh,
the
you
zone
have
closest
sides
to
this
their
time,
goal.
not like ends.
2 balls go in the middle zone, and 3 balls go in the zone at the far end of the field. The match starts with a 15-second autonomous period. During this period, robots try to shoot balls into their goals. After they take their shots, they move out of the way to avoid blocking their partners.
The kicker's
This requires
back.
coordination between
The
all
boot
members
bot.
of the alliance.
It's the boot bot.
At
It
the
has
end
returned.
of the autonomous period, human drivers step forward to take the controls. During the teleoperated period, teams control their robots and attempt to score in their goals. Balls can be scored in goals from anywhere on the
Oh,
field.
that thing's got hands on it. What?
As balls are scored, the human players remove them from the goals and pass them to the center of the alliance station. The trident is
Ooh.
used to place balls on the return rack to re-enter them into play.
Oh,
As
no, that's
robots
pretty
attempt
cool.
to score,
Re-enter them into the
they
center.
must
It
also
doesn't
deal
bias
with
anything.
opposing
That's good.
robots that may be defending their goal. Robots can drive the length of the field by going through the tunnels or across the bumps. When crossing the bumps, robots will have to drive carefully to avoid tipping over. Wise teams will design robots that can right themselves in case this happens.
Flippy overbot. Flip overbot. I love
Near
flip
the end of the
overbot.
match, robots gather near the towers. Robots can get bonus points by climbing on the platform or hanging from the tower. Larger bonuses are given if the robot is lifted by or hangs from a partner robot from their alliance.
Alright
Scoring
then.
is
Alright
simple.
then.
Balls scored in goals are worth 1 point. Robots elevated on the tower or platform are worth 2 points. Robots suspended from other robots are worth 3 bonus points. Good luck, and we'll see you at the competitions.
Alright then. This, pretty good game. I wouldn't call that A tier though. I feel like that's a solid B tier. That's a solid, like, acceptable kind of game, you know? I think we're beyond the era of mediocre disappointment that was down here, and we're starting to get into the actual, like, you know, good complex games now. But yeah, still we got some room to go. Now at this point, we have over 10 left, and I'm going to take a little short break to go get a drink. And I would also like to say quickly, just kind of because I have to, if you're watching the stream and you really enjoy it, make sure to go down there and leave a follow. Make sure to follow me for more content. Also, somewhere down there, I forget what it's called, it's basically the description, I have a link to my Discord, where you can chat and get updates on streams, and yeah, you can just kind of be part of the community. It sometimes asks, like, for, you know, not really ideas, but I'll, like, you know, do a little poll, like, oh, what should I do next, kind of thing. So, if you're enjoying, make sure to do that. I will be right back. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take this time to, let me pop back here for just a second. Oh, wait, I know where I can go. Pop here just for 1 second so I can pull something up. Alright, now I should be less than the amount of time it'll take for you to watch this, but I'm just going to put this on while I'm getting a drink and maybe some snacks. So I'll be right back. I hope you enjoy.
Drivers behind the lines. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go! It's the tiebreaker in the finals here on Einstein 2022 Rapid React. The world needs a champion, and just one short match away
Here we go, Autonomous Spirit 1577. Consistent shots as 254 Cheesy Poofs knocks one of two in for the Blue Alliance. 38-32, red advantage. Drivers take control. We're in teleoperated. 31-75, the new addition for the Blue Alliance for Galileo. Chasing down Steampunk. Steampunk hitting into Cheesy Poofs. 1 for 2 for the San Jose Machine. And now collision from High Tide as Cheesy Poofs move to the front side. 1, 2, 3 for the Blue Alliance. They take the lead. One more for 16-19 as High Tide heads back to recollect. Two more for red, two more for blue. A minute and a half in play. High Tide, once again 1 for 2 at the tarmac. Looking to recollect. 1 for 3 for the Blue Alliance. 16-19 recollects. They're on the far side, picks up a third. 1, 2 for 16-19. They keep the lead here, and two more from their alliance partners. 72 seconds left. It's 70-58, the blue advantage. 254, getting pushed sideways, two up high. 1 minute left in play. Two back in for the Red Alliance, and Cheesy Poofs makes it 2. 15-77. Pushing Longmont into the corner. 31-75, trying to give him a break here. They meet on the other side. Upper Creek breaks free. 1 in for the Blue Alliance. They keep the lead. But an opportunity for red. 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Red Alliance. Turing, 94-76, 35 seconds. Heading into the end game, 44-14. Looking for an opening. Near side of the field, runs into the Poofs. Looking, 2 up for blue. High Tide with a delivery, 1 for 2. Red with catch-up work to do. 106-84, 15-77. Having trouble getting back to their side of the field.
I'm back.
Will it be enough to climb? 13 seconds, 40-99. Up on mid, here comes Upper Creek. 6 seconds left. 15-77, it's 3, 2, 1.
Sorry, I'm chewing on chips. Yeah, so that is the second to last game that we'll be looking at today. But I just kind of want to show you that because, you know, I was actually there, I was watching that, and the matches for Rapid React are just incredibly fun to watch. But now, my face cam returns to the on position, and we look at 2011.
The thing that's different about a Verbo
After the
vacation
Verbo
home,
ad.
you always have the whole place to yourself. Just you and
I
your
got
people.
chips stuck on my teeth.
Need a gift to impress your man? Meet the $60 Japanese chef's knife. Since it went viral on social media, the internet started calling it Kitchen Samurai Sword. It became a huge sensation. That's why
Skip. We don't want to see you.
First robotics competition, and this year's game, Logo Motion. Logo Motion is played on a 27 by 54 foot field. Alliances of 3 teams each operate their robots from behind alliance walls at the end of the field. 4 towers are located near the middle of the field at the corners of designated lanes extending from each corner.
Alright.
2 3 by 3 arrays of scoring pegs form the scoring grids located in front of each alliance wall. Robots play Logo Motion with inflated tubes shaped as elements of the first logo. The objective is to place the shapes on the scoring racks to create the logo. Robots can use their cameras to follow lines on the floor or to track the vision targets placed on each scoring rack. This allows them to target scoring locations from almost anywhere on the field. Before the match, each robot is placed behind the towers on their side of the field. Each robot begins the match with a yellow Uber tube. The match starts with a 15-second autonomous period, during which robots try to place the Uber tubes on the scoring rack. Each Uber tube placed during this period earns bonus points. At the end of the autonomous period, human drivers step forward to take the controls. During the teleoperated period, teams control their robots and attempt to place the game pieces on the scoring rack. Game pieces can be placed anywhere, but are worth more if they create a logo. Human players at
Okay,
the
that makes
corners
sense,
of the
yeah.
field put game pieces into play. Robots can possess only one game piece at a time, so they must drive the length of the field to score with each new game piece. Robots will try to make it into their alliance zone.
It's the return of
as
the
they attempt to
pushy
score.
boy.
Opponents are not allowed to enter this zone and cannot interfere while robots are placing game pieces. Each game piece
It's
placed
getting
on the scoring rack
impatient.
is worth 1, 2,
Oh,
or 3
these
points.
animations are just great.
This value
I
is
love them.
doubled if the game piece covers an Uber tube. Each completed logo earns a 2x bonus for that row of game pieces. Near the end of the match, robots drive to the towers and deploy mini-bots on the tower poles. As the
What?
end game starts, mini-bots race to the top of the towers.
What?
The first mini-bot to the top earns a 30-point bonus. Second place earns 20.
That's
Third place earns 15.
that's
and fourth place
interesting.
earns 10 points.
I don't like that. No,
Good
I don't
luck,
like
and we'll
that.
see you at the competitions.
This I don't like this one. I don't like this one. I don't know if it's just me. I feel like this is gonna go kind of low. Just like in the general scheme of like how cool the idea is, it's pretty low down. It's make logos and send a tiny little robot up, and I think the tiny little robot is stupid and pointless. So yeah, 2011. Sorry, Logo Motion's gonna have to be a C tier. Oh.
Welcome to the 2012 First Robotics Competition and this year's game, Rebound Rumble. Rebound Rumble is played on a 27 by 54 foot court. Alliances of three teams each operate their robots from behind alliance walls at the ends of the court.
I'm loving the music for this one. It sounds like it's from like
Scoring hoops are
the
located at each alliance wall,
1920s.
positioned at 3 different heights. A low barrier extends across the middle of the field. 3 bridges cross over the barrier. Each bridge has 3 positions. Tilted
I'm
toward
just wondering,
either
how are you
end of
supposed
the
to get on
field,
top
or
of that?
balanced, level, and stable on the central barrier. Rebound Rumble is played with compact foam basketballs. The objective is to score as many basketballs as possible in the hoops at the far end of the court. The higher the hoop, the more points it's worth. Robots can track the reflective vision targets above each hoop. This allows them to target hoops from anywhere on the court.
Alright.
The match begins with each robot touching their key at the far end of the court. Robots can be preloaded with 1 or 2 basketballs each. A 15-second hybrid
We
period
still have
starts
some of
the
those
match.
because
During
our
hybrid,
team started
robots can score
in
basketballs using pre-programmed instructions. Every basket
in
scored during
2011.
this period gets
So
a
we actually
3-point
have like
bonus.
one of those still in our
During the hybrid period,
like just in the
one
back
alliance
area
player can
of our
command
stuff.
their robot by signaling to their Connect motion sensor. At the end of this
Wait,
period,
what?
During the hybrid period, one alliance player can command their robot by signaling to their Connect motion sensor. At the end of this period, human
That's
drivers
a
step
choice.
forward to
That's a
take the
choice,
controls.
I'd say.
As the teleoperated period starts, teams command their robots to score as quickly as they can. Balls can be scored from anywhere on the court. The top of the key is a safe zone. Robots shooting from here are protected from interference by their opponents.
Oh, okay. I
But
mean, that's
robots
smart.
not touching this safe zone have to deal with defending opponent robots. As balls are scored, they are returned by
Love that
players at the
sound.
corners of the court. Robots can only hold 3 balls at a time. Once
3,
full,
okay, yeah.
they drive the length of the court to score. They can use the bridge or cross the barrier to get there.
Like,
Near
you have
the
to
end
actually
of
like
match,
lift the or
robots
push the
drive
bridge.
onto their bridge and balance it for bonus points. 2 robots on their own bridge will get even more points. Each bridge can fit up to 3 robots, but it will be a tight squeeze to get them all on there. In qualification matches, both alliances
The
earn qualification
sound
points
is just
if
great.
They work together to have red and blue robots balance on the center bridge. This
That's
is critical
smart.
for the team's
I like
tournament
that.
seeding position. Cooperating will be just as important as winning if you want to be successful. Good
I
luck,
like that.
and
I
we'll
like,
see
I
you
like
at
how
that
that gets you more
competition.
points. That's a very smart idea. That really works with the whole cooperation idea. I like that one. I like that, but it's just it's the basic gameplay is a bit too basic. So I feel like that's gonna be another B. That's a mid game in my opinion. It's just mid.
Welcome to the 2013 First Robotics
2013
competition.
Ultimate
This year's
Ascent.
game, Ultimate Ascent. Ultimate Ascent is played
Oh,
on
is
a
this
27
frisbees?
by 54-foot field. Alliances of 3 teams each operate their robots from behind alliance walls at the ends of the field. 4 scoring goals are located.
They
in
brought
each
back the like
alliance wall,
20s music.
located
I don't know why.
at 3 different
No one
heights.
liked it, but they did.
Each alliance wall also has feeder stations located at the ends of the wall.
I'm gonna mute for a second.
2
Sorry.
large pyramids occupy the middle of the field, about a third of the way from the alliance walls. Each pyramid has 3 rungs leading up to the top, which can be climbed by the robots. At the summit of the pyramid is an additional scoring goal. Ultimate Ascent is played with standard flying discs of 3 different colors. The objective is to score as many discs as possible in the goals at the far end of the field. The harder the goal is to hit, the more points it's worth.
All right, yeah, that makes sense.
Robots
Yeah,
can track the reflective
that's
vision
cool.
targets around each
Vision
goal,
targets, very
allowing them
important.
to target goals from anywhere on the field. The match begins with each robot in contact with the pyramid at the far end of the field. Robots can be preloaded with up to 3 discs each. A 15-second autonomous period starts the match. During the autonomous period, robots can score discs using pre-programmed instructions. Every end goal scored during the autonomous period scores double points as a bonus.
Good.
At the
That's
end of
how it
this
should
period,
be.
Human drivers step forward to take the control.
Always get more
As
points
the
during that.
period starts, teams command
What
their
is
robots
that
to
launching
score
mechanism?
as quickly
That
as
is a
possible.
suction cup and a tennis racket.
By throwing or placing them into the goal.
What are they thinking?
Robots can hold up to 4 discs at one time. After
Up to 4
gathering
discs, wow.
they can try to score from anywhere on the field. Human players enter discs onto the field by passing them through slots in the feeder stations. Robots in the loading zone are protected from interference by their opponents while they
They
receive
brought back
discs.
the impatient pushy bot. Is that thing gonna be in
Robots not
every
touching the
single
safe
animation?
zone
I don't even.
have to deal
It
with
might be.
defending opponent robots. Near the end of the match, human players can throw discs onto the field and try to score. At the same time, robots drive to their pyramids and start to climb for bonus points. The higher they climb, the more points they will receive. Robots can climb up the sides or the corners of the pyramid, but they have to remain there as the game ends to collect their bonuses. And we'll see you at the competitions.
All right, that's a choice. I feel like because it's a new medium for first when they did this. I don't think they'd ever done a frisbee based game, and I like the idea of a frisbee based game. So, I'd have to say this is probably this is an A tier game. Some of the parts of it, like, I'm not the biggest on, but you know, I like the idea of the frisbees. You get all the different tiers. You got the climbing section. I think that's a nice, well-rounded game. Ultimate Ascent gets a solid A tier. Aerial assist.
Welcome to the
Time.
2014 First Robotics competition, and this year's game, Aerial Assist. Aerial Assist is played on an approximately 25 by 54-foot field. Alliances of 3 teams each operate their robots from behind alliance walls at the ends of the field. 2 large scoring goals are located
This is
at
a
the
fairly
top of
boring,
each alliance wall above the driver stations.
like,
2 smaller scoring
layout.
goals are at the lower corners of the alliance wall. The center of the field is spanned
There
by
better be something
the
cool here.
truss, which is approximately 5 feet above the floor. The field is segmented into 3 equal-sized zones: red, white, and blue. Additional goalie zones are at the ends of the field, between the pairs of low goals. Aerial Assist is played with 2-foot diameter exercise balls, colored red and blue to match the corresponding alliance.
Okay.
The objective of Aerial Assist is for teams on an alliance to work together to advance the ball down the field and score into their alliance goals at the far end of the field. A ball scored in a low goal earns 1 point.
Alright.
Ball scored in a high goal earns 10 points. Robots that assist their alliance with scoring will earn big bonuses. The match begins with each robot starting in the white zone or a goalie zone. Each robot can be preloaded with 1 game ball. A 10-second autonomous period starts the match. During this period, robots use pre-programmed instructions. Each ball scored during the autonomous period earns a 5-point bonus. 1 set of goals will be lit up and hot during each half of the autonomous period. Each ball scored in a hot goal gets an extra 5-point bonus. And every robot that moves from the center white zone into their own zone during autonomous gets another 5-point bonus. At the end of this period, human drivers step forward to take the controls. As the teleoperated period starts, teams command their robots to score as quickly as possible. A scoring cycle starts as a human player transfers a ball onto the field. Robots can just take the ball and run directly to the other end of the field to earn the basic goal score. But receiving assistance from your partners in moving the ball down the field will add bonus points. Alliances that use all 3 robots to assist the ball through all 3 zones will earn the most points.
I like that. That's a nice, unique
Throwing the
twist.
ball over the truss on the way to a score will add a 10-point bonus, and having your alliance partner catch the toss will add another 10 points. Of course, robots will have to be built robustly to avoid damage from falling balls. Meanwhile, 1 robot in the goalie zone can extend upwards to block shots and defend the goals. Alliances try to score as many points as they can during the 2.5-minute match. Good luck, and we'll see you at the competitions.
I like this one. I genuinely like this one. I feel like this is a I think personally I'd put this up in S tier. I feel like this is an S tier game. Like, you know, really makes you cooperate, has a lot of complicated, you know, mechanics. I like that. That's what I like. That's what I like in the game. You know? I like that. Yeah. It's Recycle Rush time.
Welcome to the 2015 First Robotics Competition. Here's how we play Recycle Rush. The objective is to build stacks of totes, place recycling bins on top, and recycle litter. The game is played by 2 alliances of 3 teams each on a 27 by 54 foot field, divided into red and blue sides by a step. There are human player stations in the corners. Each side has a landfill zone, an auto zone, and 2 scoring platforms.
Get in the zone.
Alliances stay on their own side of the field throughout the 2.5-minute match.
Sorry.
Though there will be some
I
interaction
let the intrusive thoughts take over.
The field and alliance stations are stocked with 3 types of game pieces: totes, recycling containers, and pool noodles, which we call litter. Yellow totes have some reflective tape, which makes robot vision tracking easier. Robots start anywhere on their side of the field, but not in the landfill zone or auto zone. During the 15-second autonomous period at the start of each match, robots use pre-programmed instructions to try to move themselves, yellow totes, and recycling containers into the auto zone. Bonus points are awarded for stacking the yellow totes. Additionally, robots may begin acquiring gray totes and recycling containers from the landfill or step. As the teleoperated period starts, drivers step forward to take the controls. Alliances earn points by stacking totes on their platforms. Each gray tote is worth 2 points. Teams may obtain gray totes from either the landfill, the step, or from a human player via the tote chute. Recycling containers placed on top of scored totes are worth 4 points per level. Robots may obtain litter from the human players via the litter chute. Litter in a scored recycling container is worth 6 points. Litter in the landfill is worth 1 point. Alliances may attempt to throw their litter onto the opposing alliance's side of the field until there are 20 seconds left in the match. Litter, marked with the opposing alliance color and not in scoring position on the field at the end of a match, is considered unprocessed litter, and each piece will add 4 points to the score of the opposing alliance.
I like that. I like sabotage. Ooh, I like that.
Bonus by placing 4 yellow totes on the step. Stacking these 4 totes earns an additional 20-point bonus for each alliance. To rank well during qualification matches and advance through the playoff matches to the finals, teams will want to maximize their score for each match. Simply outscoring the opposing alliance on individual matches does not guarantee improved rank. Information displayed after each match will show how the team's performance affected their average score and current rank for the tournament.
So I think this does not include ranking
Of course,
points.
robots will need
I
to be
love this
built
one.
robustly to avoid damage from falling game pieces. Of course, robots will need to be built robustly to avoid damage from falling.
That sounded like it was made of like glass bottles. It shattered. the thing just lightly hits it, and it just does that. It just does that. Oh, damn, I hit my desk. Someone showed me this at Robotics. They had to look at these for like strategy preparation, and it's just best. I love this bit.
Falling game pieces. Have fun with Recycle Rush and good luck.
Necessarily, they could afford to use Ariel. Now I feel like Recycle Rush. It is a stacking game. But I also feel, I think I'm going to move First Overdrive down. That game was just not really that good, at least in my opinion. That one's going down. And 2015 Recycle Rush, that'll be a B tier. It's not bad, it's just kind of mid. Yeah, just kind of mid. That's exactly where it deserves to be. First Stronghold.
Welcome to the first robotics competition and the 2016 Tournament Challenge First Stronghold. The Alliance quest is to breach the opponent's defenses, known as the Outer Works, weaken their tower with boulders, and capture it. The low bar in position 1 is permanent. The defense in position 3 changes periodically by audience selection. Opponents are savvy
Audience
and will be
selection?
strategically selecting the remaining 3 defenses to strengthen their outer works while in line for their next match. There are more than 10,000 possible field configurations. Robots start in the neutral zone and may have 1 boulder each. Additional boulders will be placed on the midline and in each castle. Alliances may assign a spy bot to start in their opponent's courtyard and a human player to occupy the spy station to signal intelligence about activities on the far side of the field to their castle. The first 15 seconds of the match, the robots are autonomous and may earn points by reaching their opponent's outer works, crossing defenses, and scoring boulders in goals. During the following 2-minute and 15-second teleoperated period, human drivers remotely control their robots. They retrieve boulders, overcome opponent defenses, and score boulders and goals from their opponent's courtyard. The first time a robot fully crosses a defense, some of the base lights will turn off, indicating that defense's strength is reduced. On the second crossing, all lights turn off, indicating that defense is considered damaged. Once any 4 of the 5 opponent defenses are considered damaged, the outer works are breached, and the Alliance receives points.
Ooh, rank. You get a
Human
ranking point.
players
Ooh, that's
deliver
nice.
boulders
I like
to their
that.
secret passage through their castle wall. Alliances may have only 1 robot at a time in their own courtyard to defend their castle. As boulders are scored, the tower loses strength. Once enough boulders are scored in the opponent's tower, the opponent's flag will drop, indicating the tower has been weakened and can now be captured at the end of the match by surrounding it.
Oh.
During the last 20 seconds, robots may extend to reach the tower rungs and scale the tower for additional points. If an alliance captures their opponent's tower at the end of the match, their flag is raised and the alliance earns more points. The alliance with the highest score at the end of the match earns the win. Step into your castle, proudly raise your team standard, and face the challenge ahead at this year's first
Now,
robotics
there's
competition.
no bias here because I didn't play this year.
Stronghold.
This is an S+ tier. I'm giving this S+. I love that there's the audience participation. I love that. I want to play that one. Well, let's see about 2017. Let's see what they do.
Welcome to the first robotics competition and the 2017 game, First Steamworks!
British person.
2 adventurer clubs,
British person.
alliances of 3 teams each, prepare for a long-distance airship race by collecting fuel to build steam pressure, installing gears to engage rotors, and climbing aboard for liftoff. The airship best prepared for flight when the launch timer reaches 0 wins. Matches begin with robots touching their Alliance station wall. Teams may preload up to 10 fuel elements and 1 gear on each robot. Fuel is available in hoppers placed around the perimeter of the
that's
field.
a lot of balls.
Additional
That's a
fuel
lot of
and
balls.
gears are available at the Alliance loading station. During the first 15 seconds of the match, the robots are autonomous. They work to reach their baseline, score fuel in the boiler, or deliver gears to the airship. During the following 2-minute and 15-second teleoperated period, human drivers remotely control their robots. They continue to gather fuel from the field and the hoppers to score in the boilers. They also collect and deliver more gears. Human players located behind the Alliance station wall deliver gears and recycled fuel to robots through the loading stations. Steam pressure builds as fuel is added to the boilers.
Cool.
The high boiler produces more steam per unit of fuel than the low boiler. The more fuel scored in the boiler, the higher the steam pressure climbs. Alliances earn points for the amount of steam pressure built, and pressure over a certain level earns an additional bonus. Each airship has 4 rotors with some gears missing. Oh dear. Gears delivered to the airship lifts are retrieved by the airship pilots, who then place them in the gear train to engage and spin up the rotors. Each rotor requires an increasing number of gears to become engaged.
Interesting.
Points are awarded for each airship rotor turning by the end of the match. Airships spinning all 4 rotors also earn an additional bonus. Towards the end of each match, pilots deploy ropes for their robots to climb aboard. Alliances earn points for each robot secured aboard the airship by the end of the match.
Rope is hard to deal with.
Be prepared. It takes time for the boilers to process fuel for the airships. Fuel put in the boiler near the very end of the match may not get processed before the airship takes off. The alliance with the highest score at the end of the match earns the win.
That does make it kind of boring once you get near the end, because it means you can't get any last minute scores. If you keep going, it's like why bother keep going? I don't like that because it means you have to choose between either you climb or you take your chance at getting more in. Or actually no, it's not that. It's the opposite of that. There's no more. You have a chance to get maybe like 2 more cargo or steam power things or in or like coal or whatever it is. It's like, instead of trying to get like another 2 points with the coal, you can just drive over to the rope and climb up it. And you are intended to go there. There's no like choice. I feel like you need to have the choice at the very end of the game. That's what builds tension. But overall, I wouldn't call it that bad. I'd call that a B tier. That's a B tier game. Now, Powered Up.
Welcome
Power Up.
to the 2018 First Robotics Competition, and this year's game, First Power Up. 2 alliances of video game characters and their human operators are trapped in an arcade game. To escape, alliances use power cubes to control switches and to scale, pass power cubes through the exchange for power-ups, and ascend to face the boss. Teams may preload up to 1 power cube per robot. Additional power cubes are available in the power cube piles, along the fence nearest the scale, and in each alliance portal. At the start of the match, the plates of the scale and the switches are randomized. During the first 15 seconds, robots are autonomous. They work to cross their auto line and place power cubes on the switch and the scale. Alliances who successfully own their switch and have 3 robots cross the auto line will receive 1 ranking point.
Okay.
During the following 2-minute and 15-second teleoperated period, human operators remotely control their robots. They continue to gather power cubes to place on the scale and the switches to gain ownership for the longest time, earning points for each second of ownership. Human operators behind the Alliance Station wall collect power cubes from the exchange. They can deliver them back to the robots through the return or to their vault. In the vault, power cubes may be traded in for 3 power-ups. Alliances choose when in the match to activate each power-up to gain a temporary advantage during the match. The forced power-up gives an alliance ownership of their switch, the scale, or both. The boost power-up increases scoring for 10 seconds for either their switch, the scale, or both. And near the end of the match, Levitate earns 1 member of the Alliance a free climb. Other Alliance members climb from their platform. If all 3 members successfully climb, the Alliance can face the boss and gain an additional ranking point. The Alliance that earns the most points wins the match and defeats the boss.
That's really what I think about that. It's not bad. I feel like Steamworks is better. I feel like Power Up's gonna have to be a C tier. That's a C tier game. It's overcomplicated and it's too gimmicky with the like power ups and stuff. And I guess that's the whole idea of it. But it's, I think they're forgetting that. Well, yeah, I'm not a fan of it. That's my final decision. Is just not a fan.
Welcome to the 2019 First Robotics Competition and this year's game, Destination Deep Space, presented by the Boeing Company. 2 alliances of deep space travelers race to place hatch panels on their rockets and cargo ship, load valuable cargo for transport off the planet, and return to the safety of their habitat, all before the next sandstorm sweeps through. Each alliance has 2 rockets, 1 cargo ship, and a habitat. Hatch panels and cargo are available through the human player stations, and cargo
I've seen the
is
hatch
also
panels for
available
this game.
in the depots
I feel
adjacent
like this is
to
a
the
pretty
habitats.
interesting game.
Robots
I've seen a little
start
bit of it.
in their habitat and may be preloaded with 1 game piece. Alliances may also choose to preload some bays of their cargo ship with either hatch panels or cargo. During the first 15 seconds of each match, driver vision of the field will be blocked by a waning sandstorm. So robots must be controlled using either autonomous code or manually with a vision system on the robot. Alliances earn points for exiting the
I feel like it
habitat,
would just be better if it was just plain
securing
autonomous,
hatch
but
panels, and any cargo
that's not the worst
is
gimmick I've
properly
seen.
stored.
I just had to watch power
Cargo
ups.
not secured
This is infinitely
spills
better than
from the
that.
cargo ship. As the sandstorm ends, driver vision returns, and alliances continue to earn points by loading their spacecraft. Alliances earn a rank point during qualifying matches for completing 1 rocket with hatch panels and cargo. Near the end of the match, robots return to the safety of their habitat for the upcoming launch and to earn more points. The alliance
And you
that
just have
earns
to
the
stand on the
most
things.
points
There's no
wins
climb. It's
the
just kind of
match.
standing. That's okay. That's okay. I'd say that's a solid S. I'd say that's a solid S. I'm a fan of this one. I like the idea of you have to do one thing before you do the other thing to get full points for it. So you have to get the 2 points before you can get all the way to 5 points with the ball in there too. I like that. You know what? Deep Space, you get to be S tier. You're one of the lucky few who gets to be S tier. Infinite Recharge. I did not have to play
Welcome to the
Infinite Recharge, and I'm
2020
happy
First
about
Robotics Competition.
And this year's game, Infinite Recharge. An incoming asteroid shower is aimed at First City. Using Alliance droids, planetary citizens collect and score power cells while traversing the trench run and boundaries to ensure maximum protection with an operational shield generator. Droids start on an initiation line. And
I'm just gonna, before this gets into anything, I just like to mention our robot. We still have like the chassis from it from this game. It's currently more put together than the robot that we had for last year. Even though this is the, well, I'll get into that later. This is technically the robot from 2 and 3 years ago. Or no, just 2 years ago. I think the robot from 3 years ago is actually a different one still. But yeah.
With up to 3 power cells. Droids operate autonomously during the first 15 seconds. An attempt to score power cells into any of their 3 available power ports. While every power cell deposited adds equal charge to the shield generator, higher power ports earn more points. Drivers then control their droids for 2 minutes and 15 seconds of teleoperated time. Power cells are collected from one of the 5 chutes in the loading bay, and then driven across the city to be scored in the low, outer, and inner ports. Droids must score the required number of
I remember
power
that year,
cells to
the
activate
previous,
sections of their shield
the
generator.
year that did
And
that,
then
the people
either
who were still in
rotate their
Robotics,
control
they
panel
said
a
that they got
specified number
really
of
good at that,
times,
and I'm pretty sure I actually
or
saw it in they actually
position
did
it
do
to
really
a
good.
specific color. Near the end of the match, droids race to their rendezvous point to make their shield generator operational. Alliances are awarded bonus points for a level generator switch. The alliance that earns the most points wins the match. May the Force be with us all.
I feel like Infinite Recharge. I feel like that's an A tier. It's not gimmicky, but there's not much. And then 2021 happened. Now 2021, I have labeled here 2021, bit too Infinite Recharge, because they played the same game again. Infinite Recharge actually felt infinite for those people. I was not in Robotics then, but Infinite Charge for those people felt too infinite. So I wrote bit too infinite, and its punishment is it's going to be 2 lower than Infinite Recharge because it's just doing it again. They're just doing it again. It's not really that interesting.
The thing that's different
Rapid
about
React,
a Robo
Rapid
vacation
React,
home,
Rapid React. I
you
love
always
Rapid
have
React.
the whole place to
And I'm
yourself.
definitely biased about this.
Welcome to the 2022 First Robotics Competition. And this year's game,
Oh, the condensation
Rapid
from my drink
presented
dripped
by
on
the
my
Boeing
legs.
Company.
Big L.
2 alliances of 3 teams each compete to score their cargo balls into the lower hub and the upper hub. They earn additional points if the robots traverse the rungs of their hangar. Robots start each match on one of their tarmacs and may be preloaded with 1 cargo each. During the first 15 seconds, robots are autonomous. Without guidance from drivers, they leave their tarmac, score preloaded cargo, and collect and score additional cargo. During the remaining 2 minutes and 15 seconds, drivers control their robots. They continue to gather up 2 cargo at a time and score cargo in the lower and upper hubs. Cargo scored into either hub count towards the cargo bonus. Launch pads protect robots from contact by opponent robots. Robots may use either terminal, where their human players assist the robots with acquiring cargo. As time runs out, robots
Fun
race
fact,
to
the
their hangar
cargo
and
that they're
traverse
talking
as many
about
rungs as
was
possible.
literally just
The higher a robot
I
gets,
think it was
the more points it earns. An
12,
alliance that
no,
reaches a
10
hangar
inch
point
tennis
threshold
balls.
is rewarded
10
with
inch
a ranking
diameter tennis
point.
balls, just really big tennis balls.
The alliance that earns the most points wins the match.
Now I'll say, I am biased, which is why this is getting S+. Working on Rapid React was so much fun, and watching it is just, an absolute wild ride because you just see things are constantly happening. There's no like second of like breathing room when you watch it. You watch the second it starts. Robots, especially late in once you're into like the more professional teams, immediately you start seeing like 5 balls go into the thing and it's still autonomous mode. Then you go into teleop, which is like driver controlled, and like everyone's everywhere. Balls are constantly being thrown in. And then you get into endgame, which is like 15 seconds, and there's still people throwing in balls until it's like you're like, oh, they're only 10 seconds left. How are you gonna climb? They go over to the climb thing, and there's a team that built a jumping robot. Their robot had a mat. It had a center of mass that was variable, and they did it so they could do like a physics thing and make it yeet the robot up, so it could catch the bar. So it would just like kind of go up and grab it, and it would lift up to the last bar, which you can't usually do. That you weren't supposed to be able to do that, but they did, and they didn't break any rules. It was absolutely insane. I love Rapid React. Rapid React was great. Charged up.
Ray Magliozzi here. eBay Motors has 122 million parts. Hey, Dave.
Yep. Wait,
How are those new wipers?
they're small.
For parts that fit your vehicle, go to eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Next competition game, Charged Up, presented by Haas. 2 alliances of 3 teams each compete to score cubes and cones into their grid to charge up their community. The alliances earn additional points if their robots are docked to or engaged with
I
their
saw
charge
other
station.
after seeing other games with like the little ramps or the little teeter totters. These ones are so much better because you can actually drive up them. You don't have to like have a little thing go and go to make sure you can actually drive onto it.
4 additional game pieces. During the first 15 seconds of the match, robots are autonomous. Without guidance from their drivers, robots score preloaded game pieces, collect and score additional game pieces, and are docked to or engaged with their charge station. Charge station points earned during auto count towards a potential activation bonus. The grid has nodes.
Yeah, this is a very
specific to
complicated
cones and
game.
Cubes, and some where either a cone or cube can be scored. During the remaining 2 minutes and 15 seconds, drivers control their robots. Robots continue to collect cubes and cones from human players at their substations to deliver power to the grids in their community. Each community contains 3 grids. The center grid is the cooperation grid. A link is a line of 3 game pieces scored on the same row. Completing enough links earns the alliance a sustainability bonus. If each alliance scores at least 3 game pieces in the cooperation grid, the sustainability bonus threshold is lowered for both alliances.
I don't have much to say about this game. It's the one this year, and just watching the reveal for it, it doesn't look bad, but it's, you know,
Alliances
it's
earn
okay.
points for
It's okay.
each robot
It's a bit better than mid. I'd say it's better than mid.
charge station. Earning enough charge station points.
I like
earns
the whole charge
alliance
station
the
thing with the whole like,
activation
can you make
bonus.
sure you're balanced and correct and stuff.
The alliance
So you
that
know.
earns the most points wins the match.
Also, the scoring for all this stuff in the charge points or not the charging pads, but the other parts, is absolutely insane and complicated. So I'd have to give this one A tier. I'd say that's where it is. So this is my comprehensive list on. This is the list, the comprehensive list of the best and worst FRC competitions. This is it. It is done. I've completed it. It only took me 2 hours. And down here at the very bottom we have freaking Maze Craze. Down there where it deserves to be. It deserves to be at the bottom. You know your place, Maze Craze. You know your place. I'm sorry, Woody. I'm sorry that I'm disrespecting your ghost. When I say Woody, I'm talking about Woody Flowers, which is the guy who started first. You know what? Now that we're done, I'm gonna do a little lookup. First tech challenge on Wikipedia. Wait, first Vex. Oh, it used to be first Vex challenge. Ooh. History. Oh wait, where's the So there are a good amount of historical themes for this. Half-Pipe Hustle, but it also says that Vex, where is it? First Vex challenge was originally what was known as, that was 2004, and 04 to 05 it was a scaled down version of that. Okay, this might be my next list, my next tier list. I like how there's not any numbers for Freight Frenzy, and I don't even know what Power Play is. Yeah, so I think that's probably it for tonight. You know, actually I don't know if that's it for tonight. I might do something else tonight. I don't know. You know, I'll think about it. You know, gonna hop to the break menu. I'm gonna turn off my webcam because I don't really feel like it anymore. I'm gonna do a little break in the recording. So